In this lecture, let's take a look at KGIs, KPIs, and KRIs. Knowing these will definitely help you on the exam, and they will also help you in your day-to-day job in management. So let's start out with KGIs, key goal indicators, and think of this as, did we reach our goal? This is something where we measure after the fact. We have something in place, and when we're at a certain point or it is done, we measure how well did it do. It is after. That could be when I work as an IT project manager. As part of my lessons learned, I can go in and see for this specific project, how well did we do compared to what we were planning to do. This is a look back. When we start out on this project or that plan, we have very clearly defined parameters for what success looks like. If we do this, if we reach this goal, then we are successful. If we do it within this budget, within this time frame, then we have done what we need to. And this look back is to confirm that. And if not, then why? What was it that went wrong? What can we do to improve the outcome next time? And this should not be done to lay blame. We do this so we can improve our processes and our workflows, and next time we do better. We don't say, well, Bob didn't tell us about this, so we went over budget and that's why everything is horrible. Well, maybe we didn't do a good enough job at figuring out all Bob's requirements or how the actual process works now. We can't change any of that. What we can do is make sure that next time we do a better job. Then we have KPIs, and I would assume most of you have used these, key performance indicators. And that is us measuring how well we're doing on one specific task. And there is a direct correlation between the goal and the performance. The goal is overarching, it's the whole thing, where the KPI is specific and it is in a lot more detail. And we use KPIs across our entire organization. For a hospital, that could be, how many admissions do we have? How long is the length of stay on average? If we're a company that does phone sales, how well does this person do on an average stay versus the rest of the team? How long do they use on a support call? And we then use all those to see if we're meeting our targets or not, which then brings us to KRIs, key risk indicators, where many of you probably have used the KPIs and the KGIs. Many have not used the KRIs. We use those to quantify and demonstrate the risks that the organization could be facing or how risky a certain activity is. We also use them to measure how well we adhere to the risk appetite that our organization has. Because when senior management has decided we have a certain risk appetite, we need to make sure that we actually adhere to that. KRIs can also be used as an early warning system. Here, we can identify potential events that could be harmful to the continuity of our activities or a specific project. If we know the risk is there, we can do something about it. If we choose to ignore it, that is risk rejection, and that is never, ever okay. So we would go in, we would do our due diligence, do our research, figure out how much of a problem could this potentially be, and then determine on our analysis, we would either build in more security measures or discontinue the activity. Remember, risk avoidance. And just like that, we are done with KPIs, KRIs, and KGIs. I will see you in the next lecture.